You're watching a Big Z review. Obsession is an amazing new horror film that is coming out this weekend, and it really has to be the most unique and original uh, retelling of the Be Careful What You Wish For story. I really loved it.
I love you so much. A love only the branch of a willow tree could conjure.
It's weird how you two are dating all of a sudden. Like, super dating.
So this was written and directed by Curry Barker, and he's part of like a YouTube channel that's a bad idea. And he previously did like an hour film, Milk and Cereal, and we just released it on his YouTube channel. And that kind of got him the ability, the chance to make this movie. And I really think that he knocked it out of the park. Like, I love this how like interesting this film is, because I mean the whole setup is, one that has been done like so many times, where this person gets a wish, and it turns out weirdly, you know. But like this one is such an interesting way to do it, because you have Michael Johnston as Bear, and he's infatuated with Inde Navarrette, playing Nikki, and like they're just friends, they're co-workers, but they grew up together, they went to the same school, and he's like loved her since middle school or something like that, but she just views him as a friend. And when she tells him that she's putting in her 2 weeks notice at their job, like he decides to go to a magic shop and get a gift for her. They're gonna get like a crystal necklace or something, but then he sees this one wish willow. And I think Nikki is trying to be an author, and that's what she wants to just write instead of working a dead end job. And like, so I think that maybe is more of like a kind of a fun little gag gift to give her. But like that night, like he wants to tell her his feelings, when he's too much of a wuss to actually tell her how he feels. And then he doesn't give her the gift, and then when she walks to her house after he drops her off, he breaks the willow and wishes that Nikki would love him more than anyone else in the world. And I think other films would have it be like, it wouldn't be so immediate, but it's the second it happens, he kind of looks over, and she's just standing on her porch staring at the car. And and that's just the start of it, because throughout the whole film, the way that Barker like does the cinematography for Nikki is so unique. How some of the crazy scenes from the trailers, like Inde Navarrete it's like an Oscar worthy performance, but she is like going full crazy. But like the creepiest ones are when her whole face and body are in shadows. Like you can barely see her eyes, but then you just hear her voice, and it's like so fucked, and it's incredibly impactful. Like when you're watching it, and it's so interesting because like your viewpoint character is a Bear, Michael Johnston, but like at the same time, like all the stuff that's happening to him, because Nikki is acting crazy, like she's obsessed with him, but like she is a victim. Like it's so weird, because like if you just watch it, you feel like you should be rooting for Bear because Nikki is going crazy. But then every time, like he's like, I love how like he does this thing where like throughout the film there'll be these moments where Nikki, her real self, comes through whatever's going on, and she'll be so scared and horrified with what's happening. So he never lets you forget that she is the victim here, you know. And that says so many interesting things, because like there's like the rest of the crew, There's Cooper Tomlinson as Ian, as Megan Lawless as Sarah, and they're like friends. But like, so Sarah has a crush on Bear, and the funny thing is that pretty much all these people are gorgeous. So but that's, whatever. But like, there's some interest, like so many moments that where he's trying to figure stuff out, and the things she does it's fucked. Like, I won't spoil stuff, but it is fucked. And I know, like, when the shit hits the fan towards the end, like, originally, scenes went longer, and there was, like, an MC-17 rating, so they had to edit the scenes down a little. But, like, something about, like, Inde Navarrette, she just is so amazing. Like, the vocal work, along with, like, the way she does her face, because it's like, at its core, it's almost kind of like a possession film, because whatever being that is in love with Bear is not Nikki. It's freaky Nikki. It's something else. And then I love that, like, this magic shop. Like, so many times when they have some sort of magic shop, it's like, they do, oh, it's disappeared, it's never there when you go back to find it or something. And in this one, like, how they do it, like, the first time the woman is like, oh, yeah, we had some complaints about people that, oh, yeah, about the wish not working, or yeah, or something like that. Maybe they didn't like what they wished. And, like, the whole time they're doing, like, the whole sort of hippie stuff on the crystals or whatever, she's also talking on the phone. It's like, she's normal. And then, like, when he goes back, there's a different person. And I love that they start to do, like, you think that it's going to be like, that person never existed. These One Wish Willows don't exist. But then it's like, they're right there. They just moved up in a better place, right next to the counter for people to buy. And the guy's like, how do I use my wish? Like, you only get one. You could have someone else try to make a wish for you and get rid of this. Or you could just kill yourself. And the way, like, or you just kill yourself, the way it says it, like, the music is playing, like, before he hears that, like, he's already like, what the fuck do I do? And it's almost like in the background, or you could just kill yourself. This is all your fault. You're the one that made the wish. Like, the only way to save Nikki is to kill yourself. And that he's too much of a pussy to like, everything that happens could stop if he never made the wish, or if he worded the wish better, or if he kills himself. And, like, things that it does, like, it's so interesting, because the way Nikki behaves is like an abusive partner, but at the same time, like, Michael Johnston as Bear is essentially, like, raping her, because she is not Nikki, so like, it's such an interesting, like, whole theme around this, because, I mean, like, Nikki is completely the victim. I just love how Cary Barker, how he, like, formatted this film, and it made you feel for it. This is, like, depressing. Like, that's the only thing that brings down the movie a little bit, is I'm not sure how rewatchable it'll be, but at the same time, I think it might be rewatchable. I'm not sure, but, like, it's, like, so much crazy stuff happens, and I kind of, like, could see what was probably going to happen, but they still did some interesting stuff in the end. But at the same time, like, there was a wish towards the end that someone makes, and I feel like that they wanted to have something else happen. I feel like something should have happened with that wish off screen. Like, I feel like that wish would also lead to that character's death, like, in a different way. But that's just, it kind of, they wanted to have that big climax. And, I loved it. Probably give, like, a 9.5 out of 10. Like, it's an amazing film. I'd highly recommend it. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.